quickly, let's get into it. So finally, I have you here, and I'm really grateful because with all the time you spent, and I mean, to get you on the podcast wasn't easy, honestly, because I know you're a busy guy. Yeah, and I hope you are doing very, very well.
I'm good, man. I'm
very,
really
very
good.
well. There's
I'm
not
good.
the WhatsApp. How are you doing stuff?
I mean, if it's not a WhatsApp one,
Yeah.
I would say I'm hanging in there.
Okay, then.
I'm hanging in there.
I think that's okay. That's okay. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Because my people would want to know you.
Okay, so my name is Daniel Fiakpo, but you can call me D RWOY. That is my artist name. I'm Ghanaian. I grew up in a Shaiman, but I'm not as hot as their Shaimans. Like, I think I turned out to be a little bit calmer. But yeah, and I'm a nurse anesthetist, and I'm also a performing artist. I've been pursuing music for as long as I can remember. But I'll say that I started pursuing it professionally in 2018.
All right.
Yeah, I recorded my first song in 2018, and
that was here in Morocco.
No,
in Ghana.
That was before before coming to Morocco.
All right.
And yeah, from then until now, all I can say is I look back and I really appreciate how much I've grown.
Yeah,
a lot. I listen to my old songs and I'm like, this needs to be redone. But at the time I record, I'm like, ooh, this is crazy.
I know, right?
So yeah, so that is a little bit about me.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your family, if you don't mind?
Okay. So I'm the first of four.
Yeah.
I mean, big brother, firstborn problems. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I have amazing siblings, 2 sisters and a kid brother. And you know, my family happens to be like very artistic.
Wow.
Yeah. We all sing, and we all are fashion enthusiasts.
Nice.
And anything art. My second sister is really into the culinary art. My first sister is more into music and fashion, like me.
Wow.
My kid brother composes song each day.
Really?
If you ask him, he say he wants to be like Shatta Wale. I'm like, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that needs to be considered. All right, can you tell us a little bit about your music career? I know you've said it when you were telling us a bit about your background, but I feel like you need to tell us more detailed when you started recording and how far it has been for you till now. And now you've changed the environment. I believe that when you were in Ghana, it would definitely be different as you are here.
Yeah. So, talking about my music career, like I said, I recorded my first song in 2018, but I had been writing songs way before. I think I started writing in 2013.
How old were you?
Well, I'm gonna have to calculate. But if I calculate that right now, everybody's gonna know my age, and I don't want that. So,
okay,
yeah,
no problem. That was a trick to get to tell us your age.
I got you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was in 2013. I wrote Special Someone, and after that, I mean, I kept writing, I guess. But let's say at the time, I was not sure what path I wanted to take in music.
Yeah.
Because I'm a church boy.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And I knew deep down inside what I wanted to pursue is what you call secular music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I wanted to pursue. But I experienced this sort of conflict, you know. Okay, you're a church boy, you're a music director in church, praise and worship leader, you're expected to become a gospel artist, that kind of thing. But I've always known that is not, even as a music director, even as a praise and worship leader, I've always known that is not the path I want to take, because I mean, my choristers, everybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
Everybody knew. And at the time, I was still writing songs that secular music, love songs. So,
all right.
I think if you were closer to me, you know this is Daniel. Like, this is really him. He just happens to love God as well.
So at church, you show a different face. I mean,
I wouldn't say a
outside
different
church.
phase. No, I wouldn't say a different phase. But I think for me, you would have to be really close to me
Know you.
to know me. If you're looking at me from afar, you will not understand.
Okay.
You would have different assumptions. So yeah, fast forward one day. So after senior high school,
All right.
I worked 2 years in an estate development company before going to university. I just don't happen to be from a fancy family, you know. So yeah, sometimes you have to grind up a little bit
I know.
before you
You
can.
have to hustle at this.
You have to hustle. So one day in 2018, I went to work and I was cleaning up everything, like just preparing the office before my boss comes. And then while cleaning up, a chorus just dropped in my head. Oh, the search me and I gonna make you mine. Just like that, the full thing. And I was like, whoa, that is good. So I kept singing, and then at the same time working
because you definitely would want to sing whilst working. It makes work faster.
And then Michelle girl be the thing just started flowing.
Wow.
I stopped, entered the room, took a pen and paper.
Yeah.
Within some few minutes, I completed the song.
Wow.
And just after completing, a friend texted me. His name is Gabriel.
Yes, yeah, I happen to be Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, he was literally an angel, Gabriel, at the time. I finished writing, and then he texts me, "Yo, so bro, there is this producer who is looking for an artist to work with."
Wow.
And he told the producer about me. And the producer was like, okay, he would like to hear something I've done. So I was like, okay, bingo, right timing. I just recorded what I had written in that office that same morning. Just after I'd finished writing.
Yeah.
And then recorded it, played the beat on the table,
Right.
just the tempo, and then sent it over. He was like, whoa, man, this is a banger. Like, this is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And the next day, he called me to the studio. So after work, I went to the studio, and it was my first time recording in the studio. Gosh, it was a huge challenge.
I know,
it was a huge challenge because I was used to live performances. So now this time around, it's like you have a headset.
Yeah.
Everybody's there watching you.
But that's literally equal to you having a live band because people do sit and watch you.
Yeah, this is different. Except this one.
But I think this one, they're expecting something from you, not just like watch a show and go.
Exactly. And it's my first time. I don't know if I'm messing up. I don't know if they are impressed with what I'm doing. And I happen to be an introvert. So it was just... It didn't feel like a live show. So it was not the same thing. This was in a studio.
I know, right?
And it was my first time. So, man, it was really, really challenging. Like, so challenging. At the time, like, my vocal strength was not that
strong.
It wasn't that top. So, I used to have vocal fatigue so easily. So after doing so many takes, like, man, I got so tired. But you have to finish it.
Exactly.
And it was... But yeah, long and short, we finished it. And, so he had to create the beat from scratch and, for it to fit the song. Because this time, I wrote the song before we were going to make the beat.
Yeah.
It could have been the other way around.
So normally it's supposed to be the other way around, beat before song, or you can do it both ways.
It both ways. I wouldn't say it has a formula, but it's both ways. And yeah, we finished everything, and 1 week later he sends me the song. I'm like, oh my God,
is that you?
Is that me? Is that me, man? I played that song like it was on loop the entire day.
I know, right?
I go home, play to my siblings, my mom, my auntie. My auntie is also a singer. I played to her. She was like, "Wow, bro, is that you? This is mad." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me."
Yeah.
And so what I'm talking about is like December-ish 2018.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I was getting ready to come to Morocco.
Wow.
So I couldn't drop it in Ghana.
So that means you chose your education over your music career.
I mean, of course, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
so fast forward, you came to Morocco, and how has Morocco been for you? Because I don't know, maybe in Ghana, some kind of music you do might be accepted. I mean, when, let's say, Afrobeat is actually accepted in sub-Saharan African countries, that's here in the North countries. How do you cope with that?
Well, I won't lie, it's really difficult. It's really difficult because you find a lot of francophones here, and the kind of Afrobeat we Anglophones vibe to, it's not really the same. So it's like it's hard for people to appreciate what you're doing because like it or not, we have more French people living here than the English speakers. So you're just gonna have a lot of few people, vibing and relating to your music. Yeah. But I think in as much as it has been challenging, I just kept doing what I do.
Really love.
And people started coming around, started appreciating it. And I even wrote a song in French.
I know that I used once on my story,
and that got like 1K views in a few hours. I'm like, okay, wow. So you were all waiting for me to sing in French or what? Like, really?
That's impressive because you can speak French to the extent of using it in your music. That's really expensive.
But music in Morocco is just generally hard. I wouldn't say Morocco. First of all, they are very inclined to the Arabic type of music. So it's really hard to penetrate. It's really hard to penetrate.
Okay, so moving away from your music career, I know you've done a lot. I mean, we will talk about your recent music, Soft Life. I think that should be at the end. You are a student. I mean, you are even done with school.
I'm not done. I'm still schooling.
Okay,
I'm just done with my first part.
So nursing in anesthesis.
Yeah.
All right. So wow. So you definitely know something about your health and anything that pertains to, health.
Yeah.
And I'm really into that because it's something that I really take very seriously.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the fact that you do music, how do you cope? I mean, when it comes to your health and doing your music, what are some of the things that you do to keep your health in check?
Okay, so I think when it comes to my health, music is that one thing that helps me, Okay, I'm gonna focus more on my mental health.
Yeah. Right.
Music, being a student here is not easy at all.
Yeah.
And also being an artist is not easy. Every artist has a dream, That's a big dream that you want to make it globally one day.
Yeah.
And then it's like you are stuck somewhere where people can't really see what you are doing, are not appreciating it enough, or it just seems like the wrong place to be at this particular point in time.
Yeah.
So like that really takes a lot of mental toll on me. And music is that one thing that helps me escape all of those feelings.
Wow.
But it can get extreme where I just lock myself in my corner and a month can pass by and I've not sat by my PC to write, to record, or to sing anything because it's just too much for me to handle. So yeah,
because for me, I think mental health, well, at the end of the day, it's not really about your issue. It's about who will you fall on when such a thing happen. So for me, I don't know if, because I know a lot of people do fall on music, when you really love what you do and you are going through hard times when it comes to your mental health, people normally direct all those energy to what they really love to do so that it gets their mind off. For instance, you might have heard people are addicted to alcohol, not because they really love alcohol, but it gets their mind off things. So to you, is this the same way music does to you?
Sometimes, but I think for me, that one thing I fall on is myself. I feel like that has been my life for a very long time. I've had to trust me more than you look like something is wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, continue.
Okay, so Wait, the question again.
So I'm trying to say, normally people do channel what they love to do best when it comes to, when they are having mental issues. Okay, they normally go to, what they really love best, because at the end of the day, you having mental problem is not actually the fact that you are having it, but then what do you fall on when such a situation happens to you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to ask you if it's the same thing for you when you have mental problems. That's when you go to your music board to start singing, or what? That's what I really want to know.
Okay, so for me, music is part of what I fall onto when I'm in that state. Sometimes I channel that to write new songs.
Yeah.
And they tend to be too depressing for me to listen to. I'm like, no, you're not coming out. And you are too raw.
I know.
People
right?
can't see that this is what I'm feeling. But and also sometimes I tend to fall on myself. I happen to be somebody who is very self-dependent,
Yeah.
like independent. I don't, and really self-reliable.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never going to let myself down. Like I'm that one person I can trust to not let myself down. I can't trust other people not to
let
you know. So it's difficult for me to speak to people when I'm in that state. I rather be in my corner, talk to myself and sing it all out, figure it all out.
Wow.
Yeah, so that just happens to be me.
Well, for me, it's really important when it comes to sleep. How do you do this? Do you really consider your health? When you are going on a tour, maybe what you eat, do you really consider all those stuff? Do you exercise? Do you have enough sleep?
Okay, so
Because anytime, like you just said for Adobe, you were just cleaning and all of a sudden the song came. So let's say you are sleeping and you are having dreams of a new music. Do you just get up and write it? Just to distract your sleep or something?
I think if you're creative, you wouldn't see it as something that is distracting your sleep. You are seeing it as, I got a new song.
Yeah.
And I can get lost in writing or vibing to some new beat, and I'm trying to write something. I can get lost in it and not sleep. And I'm like, oh, it's already morning. I have to go to class.
Yeah.
You see?
I
So
get it.
it's not one way. It's different circumstances. And so I think it's at the end of the day, it depends on you, the artist, like if you are that type of person. But for me, I'm the type who can lose sleep just to be able to write more, get a new song. I don't think I consider my
that will
health.
push me to my question: more time or more money? Well, you get to that. But then I really would want to know, how do you, take care of your music? Because family is really important. Aside family, relationship as well. You having girlfriend. How do you make time for all these people?
My family.
With your schooling, with your music, how do you do it?
So
when was the last time you called your mom though?
I was on a call with her before I came here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I think family. I happen to have an amazing family who, are always like, hey, don't worry about us. We are fine.
Wow.
Focused on school. Make sure just focus on what you're doing and keep doing it. Don't worry too much about us. We are good. If there is any need, we are going to call you. But until then, just be happy. Take care of yourself.
Right.
Don't worry about us. And in as much as that is not calming at all for me, but it's kind of, helps me. Yeah. It really does help me to be able to, shift my focus more onto certain things without feeling bad or without feeling guilty, because I love my family like so much.
I know, right?
And I hate it when I'm out of control, when I can't control certain things, or when I can't do certain things I want to do. I always want to be in charge. It's one of my big problems, and one of my one of my strengths. So
I know. Yeah, I think it's for the best.
It helps me.
Yeah,
they help me.
So tell me about your girlfriend. because it's really important, Like I said, when situations of this sort happen, who do you fall on? Now that your family asks you to focus on whatever you are doing here in Morocco, I think there's a need for you to actually also have some kind of, support in case you have girlfriend.
Well, you have a point. I'm single right now.
And you are searching. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure I'm searching.
Well, there's this thing. They say it's either you are single as fuck or you are single.
Like, I'm single as fuck.
Good.
And the truth is, I'm very okay with it.
Wow.
I think I prefer that.
So till now, you prefer to be single, even if someone is knocking at your DM.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. All right.
I'm just too focused on my ambition that I don't think I'll be available
for
emotionally, mentally for somebody right now.
That's you are right.
But like I already said, when I need someone to fall onto, I just tend to trust myself more and God, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. Just God. We have conversations and yeah.
That's interesting. Well, I think we've actually come to the end of the podcast, but I wouldn't leave you like that. I would definitely put you on the hotspot. And so tell me, between money and time, which one do you prefer?
Between money and time. I love money. It's money.
It's money. But then there's this saying that time is money. So why not choose time in order?
If time is money, money is time. So if I have money, I got it.
It's the same thing. This mathematics. I know, right? So which moment would you say I've made it moment? You have made it moment. Because you're on a path to becoming a musician, or maybe you're already a musician. Let me just put it that way. But then I have this feeling that there's going to be this particular moment where you look at it and be like, yeah, this is when I've made it. So when would that be for you?
That would be when I'm finally a Hollywood star.
Wow.
That would be when I've done huge collaborations with all these, legends in music, and not just in Africa, but globally.
Wow.
My made it moment would be when I'm starred in movies. So as a lead actor.
You are not just a musician, and also
No. I feel like
what's
I'm a whole
the difference
package.
between a musician and an artist?
A musician is more of an instrumentalist. An artist is, an artist
who acts.
Yeah.
Whatever has been prepared. All right.
Yeah. Just to continue my made it moment, like
you have a lot.
Have written songs, soundtracks for these huge movies, and have attended the Met Gala.
Wow.
And
the one that was held recently.
Yeah.
What
and
about
have
VGMA?
won Grammys.
The Vodafone Ghana Music Award.
I just mentioned Grammys.
Okay.
So the Vodafone music is part.
Yeah, right.
But like, I wouldn't say it's my made it moment. My made it moment would really be Grammys. Yeah.
All right. Then we are looking forward to seeing that. All right.
Sure.
And I think we've come to the end of the podcast. And then just tell me if you feel like there's any other question I should have asked that I didn't ask. I can go ahead and ask you.
Oh yeah. About my new release, Soft Life.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, right now, in this season of my life, I think that I prioritize my peace of mind and intentionally choose to be happy because, like, if I want this
problems,
if I want to focus on these problems, hey, you people come and find me one day, just skeleton over there. Yeah, I don't know. I just have come to this point in my life where I understand that if you're waiting for everything to be all right before you're happy, you're gonna wait forever.
Yeah.
So you have to be intentional with everything. You have to be intentional with your peace of mind. You have to be intentional with your happiness. You have to choose your battles. And that is what really inspired this song, because that was the place where I was mentally, as a person. That was that point where I was, and I'm like, soft life, like soft life, and I love Spanish songs.
Yeah.
I love Spanish songs so much. I listen to the old ones, the new ones, and
Alright.
like I'm such a Latino music fan.
fun.
So, I mean, one day I was just vibing to music, and then I went to take my bath, and then the rhythm started. And I'm like, okay, that is good,
Wow.
and
You just
finished it. So went to see a producer friend. We created everything, and then
I think I happened to be one of the first few people who listened to that
Yep.
song. And I really loved
Yep.
it. I really loved it. So where can they get these songs and then even follow you on all platforms also?
yeah, this song is available on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon, Audiomack, Boomplay, just everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, like every single place.
Every place.
YouTube, you can find them there. Soft Live by D RWOY, D space RWOY.
Yeah, I'll put it on screen. No
Did I
worry.
ever tell you somebody called me D Rory? A very good friend of mine.
All right.
But yeah, D RWOY, guys, D space RWOY on all the streaming platforms, all social media networks, and you find it.
Yeah, and it's really a nice song. Trust me, it's really a nice song, and I think you'll be performing that today. We happen to shoot this video during a particular event,
Yeah.
where.
Yeah.
So you're going to perform it right there, and I see your phone keeps ringing. That means you're a busy person, so I will just let you go quickly.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's not much of a problem. So we are going to complete the podcast, obviously. And so guys, before we go, don't forget to actually listen to the podcast on any place you listen to podcasts, and basically that's what I would have to tell you guys. But then
That's huge.
before we go, we are going to actually play a game where we are going to tell you guys to subscribe to the channel, like, and then click on the post notification bell to get notified anytime we upload new video. But when I say it like this, it doesn't make it interesting. So we are going to play a game. So whoever says it's last is the one who lost, and then whatever will happen behind camera. So tell me. So
Guys,
don't. That's a word, I guess. Well,
don't watch. Watch.
don't. You shouldn't be watch.
Listen.
I said don't. Well, we are going to tell the people to subscribe, right? That's what
Okay.
you're going to do. So
Okay.
we are going
Okay.
to do it once again.
Okay.
So
Guys,
don't. Well, to me, I will say forget.
right. Forget.
to
Subscribe this podcast.
Because
It's really good.
it is really good. It's enough, more than a word. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me, man.
Yeah. I really appreciate
It's really
it.
nice.
I really